So what's up guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the new MacBook Pro. Now this is not a review by any means, it's actually more of a first impressions, but what we're going to do first is talk about or get rid of the elephant in the room, which is the ports itself. I think this has been a huge controversy and Apple has decided to get rid of the traditional USB 3.0 type ports and also the SD card reader. So what's happened is people are upset. People are mad because these are ports that today we are using. So Apple has decided to go with a Type-C type port, not only on the left side, but also on the right side. So we get a total of 4 ports. So what is the big deal about this? Why are people upset? So let me give you a scenario of how we use technology today. So I have a video camera here that I use to shoot video and also take pictures. So if I wanted to transfer my media to, let's say, the original MacBook, this is the way it works. I take my SD card out, I then would insert this SD card into my MacBook and I began to transfer the media that way, which usually takes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, now after I am done doing that, I then have to take the SD card out, and then sometimes if you forget to take this card out, you go out on a shoot and then you forget, oh my gosh, I forgot my SD card, and that's a big problem. Now I have to go back, insert this media card into my camera, which sometimes it ends up breaking. I've actually broken 2 cards doing that. And then after that, you're basically done. Let me tell you how the future is going to be. You plug in a Type-C cable, you plug in another Type-C cable onto the camera, you transfer the media in a matter of seconds. Guys, listen to what I'm about to tell you. Don't get mad at Apple for using technology that is already available today. Get mad at manufacturers that are not implementing Type-C onto your favorite devices. By the way, kudos to GoPro for actually using on their latest Hero 5 a Type-C connection, because it makes things a lot easier. So again, don't get mad at Apple for using future technology, and eventually this is going to be the future. Everything that we use, including our smartphones. My Google Pixel has a Type-C connection. Okay, the only thing I am mad at Apple, and has nothing to do with the MacBook, is the fact that their iPhone still uses a Lightning port connector. That is the only issue I have with Apple right now, is why didn't they go with the Type-C? Okay, but enough of that. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about some of the new features of the MacBook Pro. So obviously we know about the OLED display that it's on the top, and personally I thought it was a gimmick, but the more I use it, I actually think this is actually one of the best features of this device. And almost every new laptop that I start to use, I want that. I really like that OLED display on top because it's dynamic. It changes depending on the application that I'm using. Even something as simple as the calculator. If I'm using the calculator, I have the plus, minus, equal. I mean, I have everything already on the touch bar that I can use. I mean, this is something really useful. On YouTube, I can use it as my playback cursor. I can, go back and forth. Now, I don't use Final Cut Pro, but I know Adobe is implementing some of this stuff eventually on Premiere. I know they have some stuff on Photoshop. But again, using that touch bar and also the Touch ID feature is something that I truly enjoy. Don't think it's groundbreaking by any means. I don't think this is like revolutionary, but it's a really welcome upgrade to the MacBook Pro lineup. Now, in terms of display, I have to say, again, this is a first impressions. I've actually have not used it at full brightness. Oftentimes I use this machine at home or at a coffee shop, and most of the time I'm actually, from full brightness, I'm actually about 2 notches down because this new display is very bright. So one of my favorite features on the new MacBook Pro is actually the trackpad. And there's one thing that they do have, it's called palm rejection, because it's so large that when you're typing, your palm's actually resting on it, and there's no issue with it in terms of like moving things around like the cursor. So that's something that I really enjoy. This new MacBook Pro is also lighter, thinner. Overall, I really enjoy this. Now, I'm not using this as my video editing machine. This is more, this is actually replacing my 12-inch MacBook. I personally like the space gray, though I wish they would have offered it in matte black, and that's one of the reasons I decided to, actually I have some skins on order from Dbrand, and if you guys like these type of skins, make sure to check them out. I'm going to leave a link down below. I prefer more of a darker look, so with the new skin, I'm actually going to be happy with that once I get that installed. So overall, I'm really enjoying the laptop in terms of performance. It's been doing everything just perfectly fine. It runs really smooth. This is the 13-inch model, not the 15-inch. And I want to play with it a little bit more and give you a full in-depth review. But so far, I'm really liking this laptop. I think that Apple's really doing something that, is ahead of themselves. And like I said earlier, and kind of to go back on the whole port thing, is people should be complaining to manufacturers, letting them know, hey guys, get up with technology, get up with the latest and greatest. Because here's the thing, we are eventually going to be using Type-C connections. I mean, this is the future. This is what's going to power all of that bandwidth, and this is the only way. And actually, people should be thanking Apple, because if I was a manufacturer right now, I would make sure that all of my products were Type-C. They're giving manufacturers that opportunity to get ahead of themselves, because anybody implementing a Type-C connection into their device are probably going to sell a lot more. And in fact, I'm going to make a video coming soon on some of my favorite features or some of my favorite accessories that already are using Type-C. So anyhow, guys, let me know what you guys want to see in my in-depth full review. Leave me a comment down below. Make sure to follow me on Snapchat for behind the scenes. And thanks again for watching. You will catch me in the next one. Adios.